I pretty much begged him and told him, look, you see I got my life together over the years. I don't get in trouble anymore. I've stayed sober. I won't let you down. This is our opportunity to become who we want to be. At that shop, we kind of felt like we hit the top. There was nowhere, there wasn't any more to grow. They didn't believe in doing appointments. There was just a lot of things that I couldn't as a professional. At the end of the day, we were much more passionate than the son of the barbershop. And it just made it difficult for us to really grow in this incredible industry, as you know. We opened as Monarch's Cut and Shave. And within about 13 months, we realized the partners that we had were not going to be healthy. It's not going to be a healthy relationship. One of them was stealing from the business. I had track record of it.
The partner, you mean like the financial
The business
side?
partner, yeah.
Yeah, the business partner.
Yeah, he was dabbling in the financials and using it to his wants. And when I approached the other partner about that issue, he blew me off, took loyalty to the guy that was stealing. So I said, I worked way too hard to be where I'm at in this business. I see you're passionate about barbering, but you're not understanding that barbering is just more than just giving a good haircut. He's stealing and I have payroll. And I got a hold of my attorneys and we took care of that. And we settled with them, got them out of the business within 2 months, gave them the name, and we rebranded. My wife threw the idea out, Nobleman's Cut and Shave. You know, at this time, we were doing a lot of outreach, community work. We did work with the Boys and Girls Club for back-to-school cuts. And I would do homeless outreach from time to time. For many years, I always did. But what better way to bring that name to fruition with partnering with a bunch of guys in the community that are passionate about cutting hair and that do a lot of outreach work? We're Noblemen. And we launched that Nobleman's Cut and Shave, and it just took off from there. We've been very successful ever since.
Before you continue, let me see if I understood. So when you opened your first shop, you left Joe's, you worked in a place for a month. You had 2 partners and yourself in this barber shop you opened, right?
I had 3 partners.
Plus you.
Plus me, so it was a total of 4 of us.
And how did you find those partners? How was that?
So I found the partners. One was my mentor in a way. Kevin, who's my partner today, is the one that really told me, look, just pay attention to what I'm doing. You're going to succeed. Because when I was at Joe's, they were ready to fire me. The son was going to fire me because my techniques weren't qualified. They weren't up to par, which I understand. And I was in fear because at that time, I was living off a food stamp card. And I was closet drinking. I was drinking beer in the closet. I was very depressed. I had nothing going for me. If I lost that job, I'd be homeless again. And I looked at Kevin. I said, "Please, man, what am I doing wrong? Like, help me out. I'm not going to waste your time. I want this." And I just watched him, and one day it just clicked. And I'm very passionate about holding a pair of clippers in my hand. Why? Because it saved my life, along with Alcoholics Anonymous. Like, I didn't have to go and resort to what I knew growing up to survive anymore. I had a new weapon that wasn't going to hurt people. It was going to help people. It was going to make people feel good about themselves. And I didn't have to look over my shoulder anymore, running from the law, because I cut hair. I'm a barber. And it felt great. He was one of my partners. Sorry if I dabble in too much. I don't share my story too much.
It's very interesting story. Keep it going.
I've battled over the years of sharing it since I started becoming outspoken about it, because there's a lot of like things that in my story that I've always was concerned that people would judge me on it and not see me for me. But I'm past caring about that, because my actions stand for everything I do. Every day when I wake up, I'm the same person I am the day before.
Were you afraid that people wouldn't trust you because of your past?
Yeah, I was afraid they wouldn't trust me. They would try to beat down my character and decredit me, and really ruin my image. But I got past that really quick because your image is only ruined by you to a certain extent. If you're doing the right thing in life, you got nothing to worry about. And that's part of my sobriety. I believe in every day when I wake up, as long as I make the next right choice, I'm going to be just fine. I'm going to stay sober and I'm going to be successful, and my children will never have to see me suffer. They'll never have to see the side of me that they never seen before under the influence. Those other two partners came from, one was an entrepreneur who was actually a client of mine who I thought was legit. He was actually the one that started stealing, and he had a client of his clothing store that was the other partner that we had to get rid of.
Would you say you got partners because you didn't have the money to start a business, so you felt like, how I'm going to start a business if I don't have the money? Then you found partners or more emotional support, like, I don't know how to do it. This guy is a business owner. This guy has knowledge. Were more financial or emotional insecurity?
It was, so at the time I didn't have all the money to start it, but I could have obtained that through other people that I know. It did help knowing that they have it as well. But I really looked up to this guy because he was an entrepreneur with a business already on a main strip in Fort Lauderdale, Los Olos Boulevard. He's got a successful clothing business. I'm like, what better way? And then his buddy, who was his partner, was always very passionate about barbering, and I admired that about him because he wasn't even a barber. He wanted to go to barber school so bad, which he did to this day. So I thought it was just going to be a great fit. I was like, wow, man, this is really cool how things are aligning. And at this time, when I left Joe's barbershop, it was very difficult because my wife was 6 months pregnant. And I was scared, man. I was very scared.